So like with wrestling, when we're talking about like preparing, like I said, the answer might be that just try your hardest to stay mentally tough throughout the whole process. And I feel like there's the rebound. Like once, like again, from just the outside being the strength coach, once we get to postseason, like I see the kids like, all right, the finish line has come, right? But through all those tournaments and duels and everything like that, like you see the drain coming. And like the one thing I'm super interested to like hear if anybody's like looking into this, like or studying, like you have like just for your brain. I just feel like it's like an abusive sport, like with just how difficult it is, like just towards your own like psyche. Like you're probably not winning all your matches. You might be, and maybe it's a little bit easier, but you're probably finding other ways to convince yourself that you're not worth it and things like that. And then like a lot of the kids, not all the kids, but a lot of the kids are on moderate to severe weight cut, right? Like especially depending on how good they are at maintaining their diet. Like there are some wrestlers that I've been pretty impressed with. They gradually just lost the weight and then they just stay there, but that's super uncommon. Most of my kids that because they are normally cutting it in my class, like Monroe, I got to cut 6 pounds. I'm like, oh, when's the duel tonight? It's like, what the hell? Like, are you normally in this weight class? Like, yeah. I was like, holy crap, man. But so you get these like yo-yo diets, and like that's super bad for, like low fat diet. Like we know that that's not great for cognitive ability. And then like you add on top of this era of like social media, you know what I mean? Like I'm really interested to see, like, we know social media is not necessarily great for especially adolescents, but really probably anybody, you know what I mean? Like, but like in those lower like cognitive functions, I want to see if anybody's looking like, does that have like a magnifying effect of like possible chances, like serious side effects of being in like this lower cognitive ability, already stressed out, already probably a little critical of yourself, and then adding in like the possibility of cyberbullying, or just like we know like social media going on there and seeing like Arnold Schwarzenegger and The Rock, like boys are supposed to look like this, and I don't look like this. Like, is that
all 4 of them on the planet?
yeah, but yeah. That's what people don't understand is like everyone that looks like that is on Instagram. That's it. That's all of them. They have an Instagram page. Yeah, you see like a lot of the guys that look like that, but that's all of them. No one else is looking like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's super interesting to me to think like, is there like this like compounding effect with our kids nowadays of that you didn't really see, probably just before you were in school. Definitely when I was in school. I think when I was in the Army, like MySpace just came out. I was getting on the MySpace. Mm-hmm. So anything before that, the social media whole aspect of it just wasn't, the people in your school and the few people you saw at athletic events, that was it. That was the only people that were going to take shots at your psyche. And now it's the freaking planet.
Yeah.